Over the weekend, Nacho shared pictures of a new flavor of American Riviera Orchard jam and dog biscuits on his Instagram stories. And of course, the British media and the other monarchy fans were on the lookout, waiting for Meghan to make a move so that they could badmouth her. Before we continue, I have to say Nacho is the loyaliest of all. He does not care about the critics, he bravely and boldly supports Harry and Meghan. Speaking of support, the British media was not thrilled by Nacho's post. To them, this was another excuse to smear Meghan Markle's name. And after seeing all those untrue headlines, my mind drifted back to when Harry said,
I never thought that we'd be away from it completely, but I did think that we would get some form of peace. But that's when I realized that actually our mere existence outside of that institutional control was more of a threat. And, there's a similar thing that happened to my mum as well. And look, they always knew that my wife was going to leave because of the way that they were abusing her. But I think the most embarrassing thing is that I just decided to leave with her.
Do they think the intent was to make her to leave or to break her spirit so she would be easier to control?
I think both. I've never seen the level of abuse and harassment that I witnessed over my wife. Other members of the family, they've experienced different forms of that. But to see it happen the way that it happened, I was naive going into it. I didn't realize that the British press would be so bigoted. And even if I had, I wouldn't have accepted or understood that they could get away with it. But here we are.
and I agree with Harry, Meghan Markle's existence is a problem for the British media. The fact that despite how much they have tried to break her spirit, Meghan continues to thrive is a problem for the British media. And that's why they are constantly trying to kill everything that she creates. In this case, American Riviera Orchard. That's why every time she is seen in public, they are quick to write negative things about her. The British media and the monarchy fans simply cannot handle the fact that Meghan exists and exists boldly for that matter. Meghan Markle's entrance into the British royal family was a global spectacle. A biracial American actress marrying a prince, it seemed like a real-life fairy tale. However, the narrative quickly shifted. The British tabloid press, notorious for its ruthlessness, began a relentless campaign against Meghan. Headlines were laced with coded language, playing on racist and sexist tropes. The public's perception of Meghan became increasingly negative, fueled by the media's relentless negativity. This marked a stark contrast to the generally positive reception of her sister-in-law, Kate Middleton. The coverage of Meghan's pregnancy, her family background, and even her clothing choices were subject to intense scrutiny and often criticism. This treatment was in stark contrast to the coverage of other members of the royal family. Meghan's experiences expose the insidious nature of intersectionality, where race and gender intersect to create unique forms of discrimination. As a biracial woman navigating a historically white institution, Meghan faced a double bind. She was criticized for not fitting the mold of a traditional royal while simultaneously being held to impossible standards. Her every move was dissected, her words twisted, and her actions scrutinized through a lens of prejudice. The media often portrayed her as difficult or demanding, labels frequently attributed to women of color who dare to assert themselves. Similar narratives have plagued other high-profile women of color, from Serena Williams to Michelle Obama. The British media, with its long history of racial bias, played and still play a significant role in shaping the narrative surrounding Meghan. The tabloids, in particular, often resort to dog whistles and coded language to perpetuate harmful stereotypes. For example, Meghan's background was often described as exotic or straight out of Compton, playing into racist tropes about Black Americans. Her confidence is misconstrued as aggression, while her vulnerability is seen as manipulation. Meghan's experiences resonated deeply with Black women globally. Many saw their own struggles reflected in her treatment by the British media and public. The microaggressions, the double standards, and the constant scrutiny were all too familiar. But Meghan was never the one to be silenced. Her decision to speak out against the racism and sexism she faced was a watershed moment. In a landmark interview with Oprah Winfrey, Meghan and Harry broke their silence about their experiences within the royal family. They revealed the toll that the constant scrutiny and lack of support had taken on their mental health. Meghan spoke candidly about the racist treatment she endured, including concerns expressed about her unborn child's skin color. This interview exposed the deep-seated issues within the monarchy and sparked a global conversation about race, privilege, and accountability. Meghan's willingness to speak her truth, despite the potential repercussions, was a testament to her strength and conviction. It shattered the silence and gave voice to countless others who had been silenced for too long. And she did not stop with the interview. Despite the relentless negativity, Meghan refused to be defined by the media's portrayal of her. She continued to champion causes close to her heart, using her platform to advocate for gender equality, racial justice, and mental health awareness. She launched initiatives to support women, collaborated with charities dedicated to eradicating poverty, and spoke out against racial injustice. Harry and Meghan have launched their own production company, Archwell Productions, with a mission to create content that uplifts and inspires. They have signed deals with streaming giants Netflix, using these platforms to amplify diverse voices and share stories that challenge traditional narratives. They are building a legacy that extends beyond the confines of royal tradition, one that is grounded in authenticity, purpose, and a desire to make a meaningful impact. And then there is her passion project, American Riviera Orchard. The British media have tried to kill this brand from the day of its inception, but Meghan's decision to establish American Riviera Orchard represents not only a business venture, but also a refusal to be confined by traditional expectations placed on successful, self-assured women of color. It further demonstrates her commitment to autonomy and agency, qualities that have historically been discouraged in royal women. Instead of conforming to these outdated expectations, Markle has chosen to embrace her identity as a modern, empowered woman who is unafraid to pursue her ambitions. Everything she has done has not just been about her and her family. Meghan understands that visibility as a biracial woman in a position of global prominence holds immense significance. For young girls of color, seeing someone who looks like them navigating spaces traditionally dominated by whiteness is profoundly impactful. During her visit to Nigeria, she said, "I always reflect back on myself as a young girl and the type of inspiration that I wanted to see in other women. I hope in some small way I can be a part of that for a lot of these young girls." Meghan's existence challenges societal norms and expands the realm of possibility for future generations of colored women. Representation matters, and Meghan's presence on the world stage is a powerful reminder that diversity is not just a buzzword. Her existence is essential for creating a more just and equitable society. In conclusion, Meghan Markle's journey as a public figure has been marked by both triumphs and challenges, with her decision to start American Riviera Orchard serving as a testament to her resilience and determination. Despite facing relentless criticism and bias from the media, Meghan has remained steadfast in her commitment to authenticity and independence. As someone said, Harry and Meghan are still working and pursuing what they believe in, despite constantly being challenged and criticized. This couple will not be broken. Meghan will not give up on American Riviera Orchard, and she is going to take as long as she needs to release the American Riviera Orchard products to the public. And I do not know about you, dear viewer, but I will be here to spend my money on them.